So my question to you three young men, what was the cause of you to search the face of your father and to come back around to the point where you even bent the knee to your father in full submission? What was the cause? What was going on in your life to make these things happen?
I would say first it was understanding that I'm nothing without my father. So when I was going through these motions of feeling like H and I C, you know, what we call head nigga in charge type situation. Excuse my language.
That's a mentality.
Literally.
Mm-hmm.
So I was feeling like I always took competition the wrong way. He always told me I want you to be better than me, but I took that the wrong way. As in, one day I just woke up and like, pay my bills, make sure my brother's straight. I even help my mom. I think I'm better than you now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you elevate yourself to this standpoint, and it's like, oh, I know everything now. I'm a man.
Yeah.
And
Because
so,
the benchmark is your father.
literally,
Mm-hmm.
that's the benchmark. But
Yeah.
he's always told me, I want you to be better than me. So I take that competitively in
Yeah.
the wrong way. Where I was literally competing with him. I can't compete with him. He's always afraid of me.
Mm-hmm.
So as I'm in the world doing things on my own and trying to figure out things and like thinking I have everything figured out, I'm just bumping my head. Literally losing money, messing up. And in this, me and my father wasn't speaking. And I chose not to speak to him, not vice versa. And so as I'm bumping my head against the wall, I finally got to a point where the Most High put me where it's like, he finally got me to a point where it was like, you're not going to be successful until you fix this situation between you and your father.
Mm-hmm.
So one day, I remember specifically coming home one day and I knocked on the door back at the old spot, and Ima opened the door like surprised, like, what's going on? I'm like, I really got to talk to my dad. He's like, well, he's not here. He's at the bottom of the hill playing with Isaiah. He was playing basketball. So when I go down the hill and I see him, and he had no, like, he wasn't angry or anything. It almost felt like that prodigal son in a sense, where he looked at me and literally I just started crying. Just started bawling, like just tears running down my face because I felt like everything I was trying to do, all the failing and everything that I was going through, literally I put myself in a situation that I didn't need to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, all the arrogance, everything just melted off me at that point. So, once I moved, like I make a decision basically, like after like a lot of unfortunate things happened to me, but in me making decisions for myself, a lot of unfortunate things happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
So, what made me come back basically is that almost that same situation in the prodigal son, where you like, damn, life is so much harder out here. But when I was talking to my dad, I had somebody to talk to. I had nobody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody to go up and be like, hey, how do you do this? Or what's going on? Even when other men I was like trying to go to, I'm like, I'm listening to them, I'm like, nah, my dad wouldn't say that. Like you trying to help me, but you don't understand me because you're not him.
Yeah.
Me. Yeah, you're not me. I don't see myself in you. So I hear you talking, but it's ultimately it's not gonna help me. So
Okay.
I knew I needed to go back home and basically figure it out and take that part away. Let all that go. And he forgave me, and I appreciate that. Appreciate him to this day for that, because there was no point for me to even go off and start doing the things I wanted to do or have this mentality that the world gave me that you can be whatever you want to be type situation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know with you, I saw a level of maturity after a certain situation happened. And that, that was the point where I seen you burning, a strong burning. But in that burning, I started seeing you mature. It was no longer a little tiny no more. I saw you beginning to form as a man. Really not the world standard of a man. But you, as a man, you dropped a lot of that pride and ego. And I really see you grow through that situation, man. I'm really proud of you, man. To see who you are today, man.
The father knows what is necessary to bring a son back to the position that he needs to be in, to learn the lessons that need to be learned, to really see himself for himself as weak, as frail, as needing assistance from one that is greater. You know, I'll never tell another son you can be better than me. I have said that in the past. I never say that again.
Yeah, we got a different understanding.
It's a totally different understanding and mentality. It's not that I want you to have less penetration from the outside system. I want the mind of our oppressor to be reduced in your thinking, but understanding that, you know, I say it not to be graphic or anything, but, you know, I know like my father sat on me. You know what I mean? For years and shot me forth. How can I be greater than the source that I came from? So just because I may do more things doesn't qualify one as greater. And even as we've had conversations with brothers that may be of the mindset that just because my father may not walk in the tradition that I'm walking in, he don't know that he's an Israelite or, you know, he's this, he's that, so I gotta be greater. It's like, bro, no, you missing the whole point.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So let me ask you this question before we move on.